ain't gonna have to use all this peat moss. Now look at this beautiful, rich blueberry soil. Who is she? Old me would have just threw this soil away and been like, oh no, that soil is no good. I was trying to get my setup the way I want it to be. Hey friends, welcome back to another video. So I got so much to do today, but I want to first show y'all I got some more seed mail. Even after I told y'all don't send me no more seeds, Tony said, Miss Cass say you gonna plant what she tell you to plant. She gonna send you some seeds, and I am so happy she did because she wrote a sweet note, and she also sent me some seeds that I really think I want to plant. So let me show y'all what she sent over. I guess I'm just jumping right into the video. I got other stuff going on today too, but I'll tell y'all about that once we're done showing y'all these beautiful seeds. This the one I was like, oh my God, I want to put it in front of the greenhouse. Now, initially I had purchased these seeds to put in front of the greenhouse. Then I was like, oh, I want some snapdragons that's tall. Now I'm like, I think I want to try these. So she sent over these poppy scarlet peony. I guess that's how you say it. They are so pretty, y'all. OMG. They take 98 days though, so that's the thing. I want something that's gonna bloom kind of fast, just so I can have that space over there looking real pretty for the spring and the summertime. But they're so pretty. She also sent over, y'all, some of these seeds I ain't even gonna try to pronounce because I ain't gonna even play myself. Safflower. I'm thinking that's what that says. So this is, I think this is like a medicinal type of flower, and you're able to make tea and stuff with it. So I thought that was really nice. I had to send this over. Now this kale, I said, Lord, this kale look like a tree. Miss Cass, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna plant this. She said I can use the this for like a walking stick. I guess the little stem, that's what she wrote on the note. But it looked dope. It looked dope. But y'all know, big plants like that's that I know I can get smaller, they kind of make me feel a little bit overwhelmed. So I don't know if I'm gonna plant those or not. I got some cherry bell radish that she got from Greenstock. She sent over some sweet banana peppers from Bentley Seed Co. Some red burgundy okra. Y'all remember I was saying I'm not gonna do okra no more, but Miss Cass, I'm so easily influenced to where I might have to drop these seeds down in one of my little yellow buckets, the same bucket that I grew my okra in last year, but this time I think I'm gonna do two okra plants in there. So I might have to drop those down. And then some onions. Now my onion seeds that I started inside or in the garage, they have not germinated yet, y'all. So I don't know. And then I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm not gonna even try. But it's supposed to be you can make like quinoa with it. That's what she said on the note. And I can make it into syrup. I can cook it down. It's tall canes that are juiced and boiled down to make a very sweet, light something syrup. So the name of this is syrup. And then melon. Y'all, I got plenty of melons now. So I got plenty of melons. And it says it's very sweet, pale flesh. Thank you, Miss Cass. I am very appreciative, and like I said, she sent a little note with it, and I thought it was just so sweet. So I appreciate you. Miss Cass is one of those ones that's been here from day one when we first was out here doing a whole bunch of foolishness in the garden, and she stuck with us. So I appreciate that. Now another thing I want to tell y'all as it relates to being easily influenced, and then I'm gonna go ahead on and get to work. Y'all, Greenstock sent me some loofah seeds. I wasn't thinking about growing no loofah. Now I feel like I gotta drop down a loofah seed because I would love to make like the little sponges people be making, and also like the little body scrub things. I was like, oh, do you really need to plant that? So now I think I gotta plant a loofah seed, y'all. But anyways, today's video, this is what we're gonna be doing. We about to transplant our blueberry plants, both of the two that I didn't transplant in the last video. And I'm also going to go ahead on and make up a mix for the flower bed or the flower pots that I'm gonna put in front of the greenhouse. So I'm gonna go ahead on and do that. I bought this huge bag of peat moss. Somebody was telling me to check out Growing Out the Box channel, and I did check his channel. I've been subscribed to Growing Out the Box, but y'all, I don't watch a whole lot of gardening content. But when I'm in the mood to watch gardening, I got my favorite people that I watch, like, and I binge watch their stuff. I did check out his videos about the blueberries, and he have some beautiful blueberry plants. So I kind of took some inspiration from him. I got me some pine bark mini nuggets. I got some peat moss, and I got some perlite because I also went on ChatGPT to get a little mix. Now, my thing with this is once I'm done with this peat moss today, where I'm about to put this peat moss at, because it's a huge bag. I got it from Lowe's, and it was only 25 bucks. So I was like, ooh, that's a good deal. I ain't gonna have to use all this peat moss. And y'all know I swear I'm a cocoa core girly, so the only reason why I got this peat moss is because I know the blueberries benefit from peat moss. Now I am going to use this peat moss to make a mix for my flower plant as well. But the only thing is I am going to add a little bit of lime to help break that acidity up, because I did read that adding lime does help decrease the acidity. What I said the first time, y'all? Acidity. I just be making up stuff. I ain't even know a word. And so the way we're gonna roll with this, I'm gonna do a 2-2-1 mix. So I'm gonna do 2 parts of the peat moss, 2 parts of the pine bark mini nuggets, and then 1 part of the perlite. I just got this little bucket, the little bucket that I got from the feed and seed store. I'm pretty sure it's the easier way to do this, y'all, but I guess however to get the job done. And I will also say, I noticed when I bought this today that it is a lot cheaper to make your own soil, y'all, compared to buying the bags of soil. And I heard a lot of people say it's cheaper, but me purchasing this stuff today, I was like, oh yeah, it is a lot cheaper. I did want to do like a conversation starter. So for the people that's into gardening, what made you start gardening? Like, why did you say, ooh, I want to do a garden? What's your why behind it? I'm going to go first, y'all. My reason why I started gardening is because I wanted to find a hobby that I can do at home. And, like, I didn't know if I was going to love it, or I didn't know if I was going to give up on it or what. But I feel like as soon as I started doing it, I was like, ooh, I love this. And I started buying all types of stuff and trying all types of stuff, just having fun with it. And to me, it's a cheaper form of therapy, and I always say that. So if you're looking for a homebody type of hobby and you want a way to like decompress after long days, whether if it's dealing with work or just, anything that may stress you out, definitely think about starting a garden. And another thing is, it's such a flex to be able to feed your family from stuff that's growing in your backyard. I feel like that's such a flex. And especially in the times that we living in now, y'all. So I am very thankful and grateful to this is a hobby that I was actually able to stick to. Even when it was hot as heck outside, I still was like, oh yeah, gardening is for me. Oh, and when I was purchasing this stuff, y'all, I learned that pine bark mini nuggets and pine bark mini nugget mulch is 2 different things. So the pine bark mini nuggets, it's shaved more fine. It's like smaller, but the pine bark mini nugget mulch, it's like big pieces. So I did keep the pine bark mini nugget mulch, but I'm just using it as a topper for my blueberry plants. I already topped off one of them, so I'll show y'all that. And I did do a short about it, but just in case if y'all don't keep up with short form content, I'll be able to show y'all that, because I thought it was the same thing when I purchased it. So just in case if y'all think it's the same, I'm here to let you know it's not the same. Because see how this is more fine? This is the pine bark mini nugget. So we're just going to dump this in here. Who is this girl making her own soil mix? Well, is it really considered soil? Because they say if it don't have topsoil in it, I seen somewhere somebody said if it don't have topsoil that it ain't soil, it's a potting mix. So y'all tell me, y'all leave in the comments. And I know somebody gonna say, you need a mask on. Y'all ain't got no mask. And I needed to get this done. I probably do have some masks in the house, but I don't feel like getting none. Y'all old school folks say, all right, when you end up sick, don't say none. You hard-headed. I know, y'all. And another thing I noticed when I was looking at the analytics, I noticed that most of the people that watch the channel are older. So I be calling y'all my friend when y'all really old enough to be my mama, my grandmama. But is it all right if I still call y'all friend? I'll add another one. I probably should have mixed this up on the tarp first and then added it to this. Because I started off with it on the tarp. Then I was like, nah, this would be a whole lot easier if I just put it in the bucket that I'm actually use. Then I'm gonna add 1 part of perlite that I almost forgot about, y'all. That's why I started mixing stuff up. Like, oh, okay, I'm done. Now look at this beautiful, rich blueberry soil. Who is she? And I'm putting them in 15-gallon pots just in case if y'all don't know. If y'all didn't see my last video that I put the other blueberry plant in, these are the same exact pots. All right, y'all. So that's going to be it. Very, very simple. Very, very easy mix. So I'm going to just split it up between the two. And if I have to add more, I'll just do half of that mix. Okay, let's try to do this without disturbing the roots too much. As y'all can see, it's weeds that's growing in here as well. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all too. I don't remember exactly what I have this, what type of soil I have this plant planted in. I honestly wish my soil was a little bit drier. It'd be easier for me to just pull it up. But we actually got a little bit of rain this morning, so it's kind of wet. Okay, she coming out. She coming out. Ooh, them roots is in there though. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more careful with the other one. Okay, she's free. I'm gonna try to get as much of this soil off as I can, because like I said, I don't know what kind of soil mix I got it in. We're gonna put her in here. We're gonna add a little bit more of our mixture. This is called backfilling. I learned that too. Yeah, y'all definitely see the difference in the soil. This is more like a brownish color compared to this is like dark. It look almost like I use like compost and topsoil. But then again, ain't no telling what I use, because y'all know I was just doing stuff. I'm gonna water it in. And then the rest of the way, I'm gonna fill it up with that pine bark mulch that I was telling y'all about. And I'm gonna show y'all that. I think I'm gonna have to add some more of my mixture too. I'm gonna have to mix up some more stuff. I really hope that you recover. I do think I disturbed the roots a lot more than I wanted to, but because the plant is in dormancy right now, I feel like it'll end up recovering and it'll be just fine. If y'all have done something like this before, y'all leave it in the comments. We're gonna water this real deep, real deep, to kind of help the soil get contact with the root system to help it recover some. So I don't want it to be soggy though, so let's try to get some of that water from sitting. That's why they say it's best for you to do this type of stuff when the plant is in dormancy, because if you do it while it has like the blooms and stuff on it, then it'll be trying to recover from the stress and then produce blooms. It's like the plant will be trying to do too much. I ain't saying I'm a professional or nothing like that. That's just based off of what I have learned after looking at other things and doing like my own personal research. If y'all have had experience with like disturbing the roots a lot when y'all plants are in dormancy, or even when they not in dormancy, y'all leave in the comments like, do y'all plants recover? Speaking of blueberries specifically, but y'all can leave in the comments of other plants as well if y'all want to share that. All right, so we're gonna move this blueberry plant over. It's not real heavy like I thought it was gonna be. And then this is the mulch that I was telling y'all about, how big it is compared to the other mulch. Neither one of them have dyes in it though, so it's natural. And I'm gonna leave some space in the middle open to help it get proper airflow. Okay, girl. Let's pray and hope for the best with this plant. And I check on it and update y'all, as time go along, to let y'all know how it's doing. But hopefully, fingers crossed, in the spring we're gonna have a plethora of blueberries. But I'm about to go ahead on and up pot this other one, and I'll turn y'all back on once I start working on the things with the flowers. So I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to turn y'all back on because your girl was out here fighting for her life. So I want to show y'all the difference in this blueberry plant compared to our other one. So I was able to save a lot of the roots on this one. I'm just curious to know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my old video. What type of soil did I plant this blueberry plant in? Because it is so dark and it looks so like, I don't know, rich. It was real compact in there too. This is peat moss that's on here, that's why. But as y'all can see, the darkness of this soil here. But like I said, I was able to save a bunch of the roots, so I'm gonna just drop it down in here. I wasn't able to get a whole bunch of the soil off like I wanted to, but I was able to get a good amount off. And what I'm doing is I'm just like making a little spot in the middle and kind of letting the roots fan out. Then I'm gonna add some more of our mix on top of this. Y'all, I didn't even took up the tarp because I was out here just doing the most. Now I will say this as well, it is recommended that you use a pot that's a little bit bigger than the pot that you transplant your plant from. So because I like jumped out the gate and I put my plant in a real big pot when I first got it last year, that's why I'm able to transplant it to this one. But I really should have maybe went up to a 5-gallon instead of something that was as big as this. But you live and you learn. As y'all can see, the plant is still living and doing its thing, so it's not a deal breaker or anything like that, but I'm just telling y'all what's recommended. So do what you will with that information. Then I just move that pot right here. When I tell y'all the weight difference on the soil that we got in each of these pots is crazy. All right, y'all, so here are what the blueberry plants are looking like. This is one that I just up potted, and this is the other one that I just up potted. And this one right here is the one that we up potted in the last video. I can honestly say it does look better to me. I didn't have to do any pruning on these plants with this first year that I had it, because as y'all can see, it's not a whole bunch going on with any of them, to be honest. It doesn't have any like branches crossing or anything like that. Y'all don't worry about my hands either, because y'all know I did put on some lotion. Well, y'all don't know, but I did put on some lotion before I got out here, but I've been working hard, y'all. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It don't have any like crossing branches or anything like that that would stop it from having like, you know, that good airflow. I think it's gonna do good. I think all of them gonna do good, y'all, to be honest, but we're gonna see. Time will tell. Now on to the next task at hand. What I have here is the soil that I just got from the blueberry plants that we had in these pots before. As y'all can see, this soil looks so rich and dark. It almost looks like it's just either topsoil or compost. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what I had these blueberries planted in before. But that's all right, because we're about to bring this soil back to life. Old me would have just threw this soil away and been like, oh no, that soil is no good. But new and improved me is going to take this soil, and I'm also going to take this soil right here that I had my pepper plant that I was trying to overwinter. I'm going to dump that in here as well. So we're going to go ahead and dump it. And I know that this is Happy Frog. Okay, and I'm going to take this mixture, which is just vermiculite and perlite. It say vermiculite on it, but it's vermiculite and perlite mixed up, and I'm gonna pour it in here. Put a good amount. And I'm also gonna take some of my Happy Frog soil conditioner, and I'm gonna take some of this Bub Tone. Now if y'all remember, last year I had purchased this because it was on sale. It was like super cheap, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ever need this, but I got it anyways, because future me must have knew that I was gonna be deep off in these flowers this year. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that as well to it. And for those of you that don't know, this Happy Frog soil conditioner does have bat guano and earthworm castings. I do want to already have the soil mixture ready for when I do decide to go ahead on and put my flowers out. So it's less things that I have to do once the time comes. I'm really trying to delegate things where I'm not doing everything at one time. So, you know, that's why I decided to use this day to up pot those berry plants. So that's something that I don't have to worry about until the spring. And then once the spring comes, I'll add my fertilizers to the two that I just up potted. I don't plan on adding any more fertilizer to the one that we up potted in the last video, because I already had did a little bit too much with the fertilizers when I was mixing that up. So we're gonna go ahead on and mix everything up. I am gonna put my gloves back on because this soil is like real moist. So, and something else I want to tell y'all, for somebody that's just starting out, like something that I used to think when I started gardening, I was like, shoot, I can get this soil and it can work for everything. That is not true. Like, each of your plants may require a different type of soil. So as y'all can see, this mixture looks totally different from the mixture that I just used for the blueberry plant, because they require different types of things. So this soil is going to be for our flowers, and then the other soil, which was for the blueberries, is going to be a more acidic soil, which we don't need acidic soil for when we're growing flowers. And we're going to take a little bit of this fertilizer. This is just flower fertilizer. It's called Bub Tone. I'm going to take some of our soil conditioner, not a whole bunch. And I do recommend that y'all read the instructions and follow what it says on the bag. I say that to y'all, but I'm just too lazy to go get a measuring cup and read the instructions to see how much I'm actually supposed to be using. And I don't have a whole bunch of perlite left, so I'm gonna just add the rest of that to that to help with drainage. Because those blueberries was in there like, whoo, see how soggy this soil is. It was kind of like soggy to the point to where, do I have enough drainage holes in here? I think my drainage holes aren't big enough. That's what I think it is. Because we know better and we do better, I'm gonna actually get my soldering iron and make those drainage holes bigger for our flowers. Just to show y'all, because y'all know we transparent over here, this is all the drainage that I had those blueberries getting. Them small itty bitty holes, you could barely see them. So we definitely gonna add some more drainage holes to this, and we're gonna have some happy flower plants. So let me go ahead on and add my drainage hose to both of these pots, and then I'm gonna come back with y'all. All right, y'all, so I'm back. Now, I was trying to get my setup the way I want it to be. Now, I think I want to put the flower pots on each end of the greenhouse like this. Initially, my vision was to put it right here and right here. But even though I love the way that looks, if I decide to open the door and use this hook over here, I wouldn't be able to do it because this pot would be blocking it. So with that being said, the vision will be, I wanted to give y'all a visual before I started putting soil in here and then it becomes heavy. I'm gonna get pavers to put at the bottom of it, and then I'm gonna have them on each side. I'm gonna put this a little bit closer to the greenhouse, but I think that's the vision. Have some pretty little flowers blooming. It's a spring summer day. Ooh, I think it's gonna look so good, y'all. All right, now let me go ahead on and get my soil stuff mixed back up and put it in these pots. As y'all can see, my drainage hose got some more drainage going on because I don't know what I was thinking about when I had them blueberries in there. I'm about to show y'all too. I did add some more vermiculite, some more soil conditioner, a little bit more fertilizer, and I added some more soil to this. So I'm gonna mix all of this up and then go ahead on and put them in this pot. All right, y'all, so that's what we're working with. This is about how much I'm gonna leave open, and then the rest of the way I'm gonna fill it with mulch. I don't know, y'all, I think I like the look of this soil better than the other one, and I just added some peat moss to this one. It look a lot more loose. I don't know. I guess I'm starting to get an eye for how I feel like the soil should look, like how good quality soil should look. Before I wasn't able to really tell the difference, but now I feel like I am. So with that being said, I'm going to add some of this. That way I can add some peat moss to this one. So I'm just taking away from this soil to add to this one. And then I'm going to add some peat moss in this one to make it look like this soil in here. Because remember, this is a pot, so you don't want your soil to be compacted. Hey friends, I'm not sure what happened to my final clip for this video, but we just gonna use this for the outro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you made it all the way to the end, and leave a flower and blueberry emoji. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.